Well, Jacob, obviously a very tough loss last Saturday. Have you all been able to put that behind now and move on?
Yeah. I think the time that we're given this week outside of classes has really helped us kind of find like really what we want out of this week. So just give us more time to reorganize and things like that.
And you don't have maybe the motivation of a Big 12 championship like last year. Where do you guys find the motivation when you kind of already know, regardless of whether or not you win on Friday, you're going to be in a bowl game?
Yeah, I mean, that's something we've been talking about all week, and I think the thing we've really come back to is that this is another chance for us to prove ourselves. Everybody that's kind of still been doubting us all season after the start or after any loss that we've had, this is still another chance to prove to everybody the team that we actually are.
Did you feel like you did that, even though you lost? Did you feel like you did that this past week, the way you responded, the way you played?
Yeah, I mean, you try and do it every week. You try and prove to everybody what kind of team we are. And, I mean, you really know what team you are inside the team. Not everybody else is going to know that, and you have to show that every week. I mean, despite the result, they're a good team. I think we showed glimpses of what we really can be. Maybe not 100%, because I think 100%, I think we win that game. But I think we showed glimpses, definitely.
I was just ask, you guys have been so good, especially the past 2 years, in those game-killing drives or just running it down people's throats. What was different in the last 2 drives against TCU?
Yeah, I mean, we did it against Oklahoma 2 weeks prior to that. It's just different for every team. You know, sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. All it takes right there is just one play, and then you're behind the sticks, you're behind everything. So I think that's really what it is. It comes down to the one play. It's either that first down, the second down, the third down. You got to get it at some point. But you just get unlucky sometimes. People trip, you miss ID, someone makes a good play. It's just how it is.
Blake is a young quarterback, still learning. Has had a few ups and downs. How do you feel like he's kind of handled things this year?
Yeah, I think he's a super resilient kid. Despite anything that happens to him, I think he just comes out here with the same mentality every day. And I think that's a great tribute to have, especially being a quarterback, to come out here despite anything that happens, good or bad. I think he's super consistent.
It's been a while since this team has played in Austin with a full capacity crowd. What do you guys expect to see on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious to everybody. People are going to be off, so it's gonna be a Friday. So like families are going to be off, fans are going to be like off work and things like that. So it's going to be packed, 11 a.m. I think the guys are ready. I mean, it's probably no bigger than Oklahoma or something like that, or it's not going to be probably louder than BYU or other stadiums like that. So I think we're ready.
You mentioned some of those other stadiums you played in. You guys have had that road success over the past couple of games. What was that big adjustment that took you guys from the road losses at BYU and West Virginia and allowed you guys to have this success?
Yeah, I mean, you really use those losses to learn something. You learn something from each of those losses on the road, and you kind of figure yourself out and really your process and how you're going to get things done the next time. I think that's really what we just learned something from those, and we took it and we just kept going with it.
Do you have a sense of confidence going on the road because y'all had some success?
I mean, for me, I can't speak for the whole team, but for me, I have the same confidence at home as I do away. Nothing really changes. I think some guys do get a confidence about being away. You know, you're by yourself, your back's against the wall, things like that. So I can definitely see that, how there's a lot of guys who do feel like that. But for me, football is football, you're home or away.
Jacob, I know you've only been here a couple of years, but what was senior day like for you just to go through that?
Yeah, it was fun. Obviously, you want to get the result and things like that. But yeah, it was fun having the family there, everybody on the field and things like that. All the seniors honored. I think we got a ton of seniors this year, so it was great to be out there with everybody. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Is there anything to be said about the fact that you kind of had like that behind you, maybe an emotional release with that? You don't have to worry about senior day, and now you guys just get to play. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to downplay the emotional aspect of senior day because you don't want to be too high, you don't want to be too low going into any game. So senior day was fun. We don't want to try to upplay it or downplay it or anything like that for emotional energy or things like that. So I guess, yeah, being past it is good, but we tried not to focus on it too much when it did come.